Archaeologists exploring this pre-Hispanic adobe pyramid made a discovery from a more recent chapter of Peruvian history. The graves are believed to belong to Chinese migrants brought to Peru to replace slave labor after slavery was abolished in 1854. Of the 16 bodies uncovered, 11 were wrapped in cloth and 5 buried in coffins. This discovery speaks of the rich tapestry that is Peru's history, the remains of Chinese indentured laborers from the 19th century entombed on the top of a pre-Hispanic burial mound, right in the middle of the capital city. These remains are of a young man wearing traditional Chinese clothing. He may have suffered a violent death from a blow to the head, say archaeologists. But in a sign that the labourers began to emerge from dire poverty, others were buried wearing blue jeans, like this one, who also had his opium pipe and a small ceramic vessel. So how did they come to be buried in the late 1800s on this mud pyramid built by the Ichma people in pre-Inca times, hundreds of years before that?
They would have chosen this huaca, which in that time would have been completely abandoned, because they were not Catholics, so they would have looked for these places to bury their dead. They would have had their own beliefs, which excluded them from Catholic burials.
Back in the 19th century, all this was a country estate, where archaeologists say the Chinese would have likely picked cotton. From these humble beginnings, the Chinese in Peru eventually prospered and integrated.
Our Peruvian culture is a mixture, and now these Chinese are part of our culture. We have important Chinese personalities, and they have contributed to our culture.
Peru has the largest ethnic Chinese population of any country in Latin America. And with dozens more huacas across Peru's capital, it's possible more remains of the first Chinese to reach these shores still rest unseen. Dan Collyns, CGTN, Lima.